Good.
To some people in this room, what I'm about to say may sound a bit controversial, but it's not controversial because it's true. America is a Christian nation.
At a school board meeting, it was a packed house. Many attendees questioning how the outside organization Why Islam was able to set up a table on campus during school hours earlier this month without district approval. In a viral video, the president of the school's Republican club describes what he says he saw.
And they were giving jobs to girls out throughout the high school, and they were giving out Qurans, and they also had pamphlets about Sharia law.
Wiley East student Camden Campbell is here with his father.
When I found out, it was pretty shocking.
My main concern is kind of the same as his. It was basically, how did they get in and then come back and say, well, we didn't know what they had. The other side of it was the Sharia law pamphlets.
Members of the Islamic community also sharing their thoughts.
I don't think anybody was converting them into Islam. This has gone so blown out of proportion, and it's...
Let me be clear. This is not hateful. This is not racist. This is not xenophobic. And I can show I'm not racist. I've been black for like my whole life, for like 44 years. I say the Sharia law has no place to usurp our Constitution in these United States of America, and especially in our schools, and especially in our public institutions.
Did you just hear that? A combat veteran, descendant of a slave, standing in the halls of Congress and saying out loud what millions of Americans have been screaming for years, and the left had absolutely nothing to say back. Wesley Hunt just walked into that hearing room and blew the entire progressive double standard wide open. Christian symbols ripped out of schools, but Sharia pamphlets handed to your kids during class hours? That's not tolerance, that's an agenda. And Hunt called it exactly what it is. If you're tired of watching the left apply one set of rules to Christianity and a completely different set to everything else, you need to see this full clip. Like this video right now. Subscribe if you're new, and do not go anywhere, because the full breakdown after this clip is going to hit different.
To some people in this room, what I'm about to say may sound a bit controversial, but it's not controversial because it's true. America is a Christian nation. We're founded upon Christian values. Our founders believed that our rights did not come from government, but they came from God.
Amen.
Those ideals shaped our institutions, our culture, our laws, and the very moral foundation and fabric of what I know is the greatest country in the world. Now, America is also a country that welcomes people from all backgrounds of every culture and faith. That's actually what is a part of our greatness. And as somebody like me that fought in combat to ensure that anyone could come to this nation and believe what they want to believe and believe in the First and Second Amendment rights, I welcome that more than you could ever believe, because I laid my life down on the line to ensure that that would happen. But let's be clear about something. Assimilation to American values and ideas matter. When we begin importing belief systems and cultural values that are fundamentally incompatible with the principles that build this nation, we should not
Wesley Hunt said America is a Christian nation, and the room went silent, because the truth does that. This man laid his life on the line in combat so that anyone could come to this country and worship freely. He is the last person you can call a bigot, and he knows it, which is exactly why he said it with zero apology. 44 years as a black man in America, great-great-grandson of a slave born on a plantation, now a Republican congressman from Texas, and the left wants to lecture him about tolerance and inclusion?
Give me a break.
Here is the core of what Hunt exposed, and nobody on that committee could refute it. An outside Islamic organization walked onto a public high school campus in Texas during school hours, without proper approval, and handed Quran materials and Sharia law pamphlets directly to children. If a Christian group had done that with Bibles, they would have been dragged out by security, and the story would have led every national newscast for a week. But because it was Islamic materials, the left's instinct was to call the outraged parents racist. That is the double standard Hunt torched to the ground. His framework was simple and devastating. Math, yes. Free Qurans, no. History, yes. Sharia brochures, no. Science, yes. Sharia cards, no. That is not hatred. That is a public school. The left cannot answer that argument because there is no answer, only deflection, and Hunt gave them nowhere to deflect to. And when the race card inevitably started creeping into the room the way it always does in these hearings, Hunt didn't flinch for 1 second. He looked straight ahead and said Jim Crow is dead, slavery is over, and the proof is standing right in front of you. The left needs victimhood to survive politically. Wesley Hunt is their worst nightmare because he is living proof that the narrative is a lie.